Hey guys, Julie here. I promised you I'd make a video. So earlier today, I posted in our coach group and I said, when you became a coach, how did your coach reach out to you? And I absolutely love the responses. And some of you may have already figured out that if I ask a question, there's usually a reason. And so I'm about to tell you. This really shows a lot. Actually, let me go through what it says first, and then I will explain a little bit more. So, Pam Burrows wrote, I found you. Rebecca Gorley, yep, I found Scott. He had no idea I was coming. Okay, those first two right there. That shows that Scott and myself were doing something to attract people to us. People knew that we were coaches. People knew that they could join with us and join our team. So if you're not telling people that they can join your coaching team, how are they going to know? Stacy said she called me. I believe Stacy's coach is Kelly Joseph. So how many times have you got on the phone with a prospect and said, hey, you'd be a great coach? Apparently it works. Somebody says, I was in a challenge group of hers and had just about finished, and she asked me about coaching, and I was hesitant at first, but after the webinar, I was hooked and said yes. So that right there shows, reach out to people, ask them. If you don't ask, the answer is always no, and webinars work. Get them on the business webinars when our technology works. Jessica said I reached out to her, so that means her coach was sharing the lifestyle and coaching on her wall. Kat McDonald, it was me, and she says it was you, and you kept messaging me until I finally understood. So that right there shows that no is not no, no is not now, and sometimes it takes people a while. What else do we have here? I reached out to Tatiana for questions, was unsure. She was, of course, very informative, but I wasn't ready. She updated me with trainings every few weeks and stayed in touch. I thought about it for a few weeks and was still undecided because of my fears. Then Renee told me I was an idiot and yelled at me, so I signed up. LOL, just kidding, but not really. Tatiana and Renee to scoop me since we were already friends, but Renee did tell me I was dumb if I didn't. So that just goes, following up, keeping up with people. Tammy Thompson said her coach said you should be a coach. She said no way, and then 6 months later she said you should become a coach, and she said okay. So following up, not giving up. Amanda, she sat in my chair for a haircut. So that right there shows you that you are surrounded by people all the time. You literally have people around you, the people who cut your hair, the people at Starbucks, the people at the grocery store. I mean, there are people around you all the time. Let me see what else we have on here. I expressed interest in learning more about coaching. After months of her reminding me, I attended the What is Coaching webinar and signed up immediately after. Same thing, follow up. What else do we have on here? Tori says Lauren approached me multiple times. She kept telling me what a great team of supportive ladies this is and that I would be a great fit. Took about 10 times of seeing her be consistent before she finally decided to take the leap. Heather says Angel bugged me, telling me I should try it out while I was deployed. I finally got the 21-day fix about 4 months after I got home. Then she approached me about coaching and how I would be good at it. So I got into a sneak peek group and have been at it ever since. Jen Dicey, it was me. And she said when I became a coach, it was literally like when I first was brand new coach. When I became a coach, I asked her and she was like, nah, I'm good. So I messaged her and sent her webinar invites and messaged her and sent her webinar invites. And 2 years later, she joined. Why did I wait so long? Angel says, my best friend hounded me to do it as a favor to her until I finally got annoyed enough just to do it. Don't annoy people. And what else do we have? A message and a phone call. because she was already posting pictures, sharing stories, and sharing her recipes. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit and gives you kind of ideas. A lot of people don't know how to reach out to coaches or to potentials and are afraid to. But that right there shows a couple things. You have to reach out. You have to ask. If you don't ask, oh, there was another one that I saw. Where did that one go? There was one I saw today that was really good. Here's one: multiple approaches on Facebook. Eventually, I had to talk on the phone because I was skeptical. Here it is. I really wanted to become a coach. This is what Maria says. I really wanted to become a coach, so I checked it out and went to one of those what is coaching things. I felt ignored by the coach. She didn't like my questions, and I didn't feel I got honesty with her. So I decided not to join. 6 months later, she met her coach at the gym. They've been talking for a while, and then she told her she was a coach. She signed up the next day. Her warmth, openness, and was just the person she was. I wanted to be a part of it. So that's amazing too. So it just goes to show a couple things. Number one, reach out. If people don't ask you, then you're never going to know. The answer is always going to be no. Number two is follow up. You have to follow up. If you ask somebody once, look at how many coaches were on that list that, followed up and over and over and over and over again, sometimes 2 years. And then stepping outside of your comfort zone, getting people on the phone and really, reaching out and building that relationship and getting that connection going. Let me see if I can find Pam too, because then she ended up commenting later in the group as well, and it was really good. Sorry, this video is going longer than I wanted, but I wanted to make a point. It's a good point. Oh, I don't see it. Where did it go? I will paraphrase. Oh, I found it. Okay, perfect. So Pam says, Julie's question about how did your coach reach out to you got me thinking, and I wanted to share. I had a coach, not Julie. I was in a challenge group that I really liked, and I interacted with my coach all the time. Did not know her personally. She put together a T25 challenge group I joined in. Anyway, I didn't know what a coach was at the beginning, but I figured it out as time went on. And I was feeling very drawn to coaching, but my coach never once said a word to me about it. I figured that she either, number one, she didn't think that I would be a good coach, or number two, she was just a discount coach and did not care about finding new coaches and building her team, or number three, she might have been a coach herself and didn't know how to build her team or reach out. Turns out she had coached for over 2 years. Let me tell you, if she had said anything to me about coaching, I would have jumped at it because I already knew I wanted to do it, and I would be right under her now. It's a blessing I'm not. Finally, I did my own research and found Julie, and the rest is history. My point is, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. I did have a phone call with my ex-coach when I signed up with Julie, and she told me that I gave her a lesson to be more aggressive with the business. She said she felt I would have come to her if I was interested in coaching, and because I did not come to her, she assumed I must not have been interested. Reach out to people. You never know who you are losing to other people because you were too scared to ask. So I hope that helps. I hope that, really showed you that just get out there and ask. You honestly have no idea who would be an amazing coach or who wants to be a coach or who even knows it's a possibility for them until you ask. And follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Keep on them. Tatiana's the same. I tell you guys this all the time. The night that Tatiana became a coach, I remember telling Scott, she's either going to block me on Facebook tonight or become a coach, because it was getting to that point where I was like, you could be an amazing coach. Just what is holding you back? So keep following up. Tell people tell people why they would be a great coach. Tell people, I want you on my team. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't say, well, maybe if you think about it, this might be. No, tell them, I want you on my team. You would be amazing. Let's do this. And, really go in there with conviction and confidence. So I hope that helped. I will talk to you guys later, and keep rocking it. Bye, guys.